Dr. Hall joining me today. He is the Dean of the MUSC College of Pharmacy. So before we even start, like I said, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming to one last little hoorah for this year. I have loved doing this program so much. For those of you that don't know, this was kind of our first year making it pharmacy. So making it specific to pharmacy and not kind of doing it joint with medicine. We did have a few program sessions where we joined up with medicine. So students could see kind of our interprofessionalism that goes on in healthcare. But like I said, this has just been a wonderful year. I've truly enjoyed getting to know all of you and getting to see y'all ask questions and just kind of grow. I was always so proud in our joint sessions with medicine. I always saw the pharmacy students talking out. So it really has been a pleasure. I'm so thankful and so proud of all of you for just sticking through. I know it's not easy getting up on Saturday mornings and dedicating your time to this, and it runs for a very long time. So truly just congrats. You all are awesome. I think so highly of you. So like I said, Dr. Hall is our Dean of the MUSC College of Pharmacy. He's joining us on the call today. I just asked him to come and share just some words of encouragement, maybe tell you a little bit about the bright outlook of pharmacy. So I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Hall now.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We are certainly excited about our biggest class to date in the Student Mentors for Minorities pharmacy program as it is now. We were certainly excited to work with the College of Medicine, and we're certainly excited to kind of bring this program to be kind of pharmacy focused. Madison asked me to just kind of tell you a little bit about pharmacy and where we see it going in the future. So, when most people see pharmacists behind the counter dispensing pills, giving advice on prescription and OTC medications, they may sometimes also talk to their patients about preventive screenings or flu shots. But pharmacists are capable of much more. Pharmacists can perform a wide range of complex clinical functions around therapy optimization. Today, pharmacists receive as much classroom and clinical instruction as our colleagues in the College of Medicine. They receive extensive training, as Trey will tell you, as he's gone through the first 3 years of our program, on medication management, to optimize treatment options, manage medication side effects, drug interactions, drug duplications, interpret lab results, perform physical exams, and administer vaccines. Also, we've been limited in a pandemic for the last 2 years, and it has increased the opportunities for pharmacists to deliver hands-on care as well. The Department of Human Health and Human Services gave pharmacists the authority to order and to administer COVID-19 tests, childhood vaccines, as well as COVID vaccines. Subsequently, pharmacists, student pharmacists, and pharmacy technicians were on the front lines of testing for COVID, giving vaccinations, educating the public, all while keeping their doors open throughout this pandemic. Great opportunities await those willing to be entrepreneurs and bold leaders as pharmacists are out there. As Winston Churchill said, the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So let's be realistic optimists. And let me share with you this morning kind of 6 areas where I see pharmacy really growing. And they are practicing patient-centered care, big data, pharmacogenomics, telehealth, telepharmacy, informatics, and geriatrics. First and foremost, pharmacists desire the very best for our patients. That's why we all went into the profession, is to help people. One way to accomplish patient-centered care is to meet patients where many of them are. And that's on their phone. Oops, didn't hold it up. On their phone. Um, uh, Patients of all ages appreciate the ability to connect to their pharmacist via the phone to get answers for whatever they need. Many patients enjoy receiving personalized text and email reminders about refills. We are continuously developing and refining systems to allow connectivity to occur between our patients and us. Yes, technology and advances do have their positives as well as their challenges, but there will be unforeseen good consequences. Another way to meet patients where they are is telepharmacy. Telepharmacy allows pharmacies and pharmacists to expand medical care beyond their building, particularly into underserved communities. At the Medical University of South Carolina, we've employed telehealth telepharmacy to allow our faculty to serve patients in the Low Country and federally qualified healthcare centers. Now, this all began actually before the pandemic. We were kind of renaissance in that we were developing telepharmacy services. These centers provide care. These federally qualified healthcare centers provide care to underserved communities whose patients often have complex medical needs. Our telehealth pharmacotherapy program, established in 2017, has demonstrated success in integrating the infrastructure and processes for providing telehealth-based care into clinics. To date, our faculty and our students connect with 7 clinical sites and leverage telehealth to meet patients and providers where they are, to improve their health outcomes, maximize the standard of care, maintain patient safety, and to decrease costs. So, when we think about this, instead of, and the faculty member that really started this is Dr. James Sterrett. So instead of him trying to drive to these 7 clinics, he does it now by this technology that we are currently using now. They use something different than Zoom, but they use kind of technology. So that allows him to see more patients and spend less time on the highway. The other one transformation we were all seeing are mobile apps. They will allow us to expand our reach, to improve our patients' experiences, and lead to tremendous opportunity for pharmacists in big data. Big data refers to the abundant health data amassed from numerous resources. These apps will create hundreds or thousands of data points such that we must have the ability to make delineations of what is important and what is less important. While in its infancy, wearable devices or sensors may provide direct real-time feed to the patient's electronic record, allowing the medical staff to monitor, then consult with the patient either face-to-face or remotely. Big data in healthcare goes beyond wearable apps and includes electronic health records, medical imaging, genomic sequencing, payer records, clinical research, and much more. But big data is the wave of the future. We all have Apple Watches or apps that collect so much data, and providing that to healthcare providers will allow them in real time to monitor their patients. Applications of big data involve all aspects of care: diagnostics, preventive care, precision medicine, medical research, reduction of adverse events, general cost reduction, and population health. Mining of big data offers the promise to improve patient care and drive value in healthcare organizations. The promise of big data will afford stakeholders, providers, payers, pharmaceutical industry, government, policymakers, scientific and research communities opportunities to collaborate and innovate to adjust and design the performance of various systems. I mentioned just a minute ago precision medicine, and that seeks to customize healthcare by tailoring medical decisions and practices to the individual based on the patient's unique subset of variables in order to optimize the effectiveness of diagnosis, treatment, or even prevention. Pharmacogenomics is defined as the study of how genes affect a patient's response to medications. Pharmacogenomics contributes to the optimal therapy in a variety of conditions from heart disease to venous thrombosis to cancers to epilepsy by minimizing harmful adverse events, drug-gene interactions, and ineffective treatment. Pharmacogenomics is a wonderful opportunity. Pharmacists have great and positive impact, can have a great and positive impact in clinical practice by proactive response to this growing wealth of pharmacogenomics information. There are availability now of commercial tests. You may have all have heard of 23andMe. Most people think about it about ancestry, but they also provide pharmacogenomic information. And the challenge with that is they do provide information with those tests, but the real challenge is how to apply it. And so many of those patients walk in with it to their pharmacist, the most accessible healthcare profession, and say, what does this mean? And so that is a growing opportunity for us. You're even seeing consultant companies led by pharmacists that actually work, directly with patients with this type of information. So fortunately, there are emerging enablers that leverage existing clinical pathways and electronic health records to provide reliable and reproducible clinical decision support. This underscores the importance of clinical informatics in realizing the potential of pharmacogenomics. As the world of pharmacogenomics continues to evolve and expand, many new jobs will be created, offering pharmacists the opportunity to take advantage of our training as the drug expert to fill these unique positions. Informatics is also an emerging field with an ever-rising ceiling. Pharmacists stand as critical players in the world of informatics. Examples of pharmacy informatics include computerized order entry, e-prescribing, bedside barcoding, electronic medication administration records, automated dispensing cabinets, inventory management systems, smart pumps, and robotic IV automation. Pharmacy informatics improves medication use and enhances patient safety by making it easier for prescribers to reduce patient risk by providing layers of data to prescribing habits, patient compliance, drug equivalence, and cost-saving potential. Currently, MUSC employs over 40 pharmacists and technicians in this vital area, and it's only growing. Ultimately, informatics will ensure medication use processes are optimal, safe, and effective. As the number of adults in the US over the age of 65 increases every day, so do the number of opportunities for pharmacists to put their knowledge of medications to work for this important population. It's not important just because I'm getting close to it. It's important because it's an opportunity. While many of you may be thinking long-term care, senior care, consultant pharmacy is not a new field, I would say specializing in geriatrics or working with our geriatric population is being rediscovered. In the coming years, as us baby boomer generation reaches the age of retirement, pharmacists with an expertise in geriatric and gerontological pharmacy will be highly sought after, highly utilized by both institutional and community healthcare centers. It is important to note that 39% of patients 65 years or older take 5 medications or more. So they have a lot of challenges as far as adherence, as well as potential for drug interactions. Senior care pharmacy is unique in its population. It's a population rather than a site specific. Senior care pharmacists practice geriatric pharmacotherapy in multiple settings. In providing patient-centered care, senior care pharmacists look at their patients holistically as individuals from whom the quality of life and quality of care are mutually significant and necessary. This balance of quality of life and quality of care is the key. In geriatric patient-centered care, we strive to provide this balance. In conclusion, the profession of pharmacy is a worthwhile and noble calling, full of challenges, but also rich in opportunities. I want to thank you for your time this morning and your attention, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the program as well as your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hall.
Thank you.
Next, I've asked 2 mentors just to come and share today about their own experience in SMMP and just also give words of encouragement to y'all as someone who has been in y'all's shoes. So the first one who's going to speak today is our co-director, Trey Bost.
Thank you. And thank you for everyone who's here today or maybe looking online after the fact or at the recording. So I guess the first thing is, I guess I'll just reflect on the year, and I think that it went pretty well. Actually, last year, I was a part of it as well when we were doing the whole thing combined with the College of Medicine. And while that was a good experience as well, there was a lot of times during that, I felt like they weren't focusing on pharmacy. I mean, as they had their whole medicine thing in place, so it would make sense that a lot of the things they were talking about was geared towards medicine. And I was like, I feel like we can, as a pharmacy, we can pull this off on our own and make sure that the things that are getting brought up are focused on people who are interested in the field of pharmacy, so we can give them all the information that they need. And that's how we've gotten to where we are this year. And I think that it went well. I mean, we did things like the Sloppy Mountain, where we were able to work as a team and build on teamwork skills. I thought that was pretty fun to do. We learned about different careers in pharmacy, admission tips and things. We gained personal skills from things like standardized testing and things in terms of professionalism. And for me, I feel like the best part is the mentors and the mentees, all of us being able to meet as a group, being able to ask questions, learn about all the concerns that you may have, just the experiences that we've all been through. And hopefully along the way, we've all made a few friends and things. So overall, I thought that it was a good first year. And I know that going on from here, it'll only keep getting better. Now, in terms of things that are like tips, I kind of have 3 tips, and they're not real specific to pharmacy. I feel like you can also apply them to just life in general. But the first thing I would say is, whether you decide to pursue pharmacy from here on out or wherever you may end up in life, I think it's important to make sure that you just stay persistent and never give up if that is something that you really want to do, because it's never going to be a straight path, is what I've learned, to where you want to get to. There'll be times where you may not do good on an exam. You might have to retake a class, surprisingly. Yeah, I've had to retake a couple classes, but I've made it here and I'm confident in all. And it's just making sure just to remember that on those things that may come up and you may be feeling like, man, I didn't do good on this. Maybe it's time for me to give up. It's important, I feel like, to have your reason why you want to be a pharmacist or whatever it may be, the thing that you're doing to keep you motivated to just keep pushing through those adverse times that you are going to come up to. And for me personally, my reason why is that when I was younger, my family had like a bad car accident. And in that accident is where I found out about how healthcare can help mend and bring a family and basically repair a person's life in a way. And I thought that was really inspiring. And, just going through all these different things, that's when I fell into really doing a pharmacy and working it there for a little bit. And I was like, I like this. And I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. And, like I said, there's some road bumps along the way, but I'd always just remember my reason why I'm doing this. And it keeps you motivated to get through those times. So that's something that I think is important. The second thing is that also remember that you're never alone on this journey. There's going to be times where and just life in general, things will get stressful. But that's when you want to lean on your support system most, whether it's your friends, your family. For me, people at MUSC, like professors, it's like no one can really do anything on their own. You're always going to need some type of support system, no matter who it may be, and being able to lean on those people, they'll help you grow and they'll help you get to whatever goals and things you want to accomplish. I know I personally couldn't be able to make it without my support system. So don't be afraid to ask and reach out for them for help whenever you do need it, because I'm pretty sure they are more than willing to help if you were to ask. And then the last thing too is just to make sure you're just enjoying the journey, because on the journey, you're going to always be wondering if things are going good or bad. It's like, is this what I'm meant to be doing? It's like, this is where I should really be, but you just don't get too caught up in it. I always like to say, things always work out how they're supposed to in the end, and where you are now is where you're meant to be. So just enjoy that, because we only get to do this thing of life on earth at least one time. So you should enjoy it while you're here, and we don't know when that time will come. So like I say, just enjoy it, all the good and the bad times, and everything will always work out in the end. And also, your life and your journey is unique to you, and you're the only one that can live it. So just try your best, no matter what's going on, and not compare yourself to what everyone else is doing, because they have their own journey and you have yours. So just embrace it and have fun with it, because enjoying life is the most, and being happy is the most important part, whether it's in pharmacy or just whatever you're doing. But that's the main things that I had to say. I had a great time doing this program. I wanted to thank Madison for all the things you do on the back end and everything, putting things together, because we wouldn't be able to do it without you. And I know you'll keep making sure that this will grow in the future. Thank you, Dr. Hall, as well, for putting this in place and making sure that this program was even started, that we were able to pull this off. So thank you for that. Thank you to all the mentors for taking time out of, our grueling schooling and everything to help mentor, students and kids that are basically in the same position we were in not too long ago. So we really appreciate that. And to the mentees, we really appreciate y'all as well for your dedication, for coming out on a Saturday of all days of the week to basically try and better yourselves and being engaged for the months, which I know is not an easy thing to do. And you probably taught us some things as well. So don't feel like you didn't teach us some things as well, because I definitely learned some things from y'all as well. And thank you also to all the parents or whoever's supporting as well that is here, is not here. We appreciate you all as well. And thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Trey. That was some really great advice. I love that. Find your why. That is so true. Next, we have Kailani Jackson.
Hi, y'all. It's kind of hard coming up after that. Trey was part of my group, and even though I was a mentor, he definitely taught me a lot as well. But I just want to introduce myself. I'm Kailani. I'm a P1. I just want to start off with congratulating all the mentees and the mentors. I know for me, it's been a particularly tough school year, but we've all made it through. Finals is next week. We're going to get through it. Being an SMMP mentor has been one of my favorite parts of this year. having the opportunity to share some of my experiences in regard to application, orientation, or just sharing what a typical day-to-day for a pharmacy student looks like is just something that I really wish that I had access to this time last year when I had no idea what to expect coming into pharmacy school. It can just seem overwhelming at times. You're getting so much information, you're going to be learning so much, but it's always nice to ease some of those worries coming in. It's been so great to see so many people interested in pursuing pharmacy, and mentees are already taking that first step to learning more about how to get involved. And I'm hoping if y'all come to MUSC, you are willing to switch up your position, and instead of being a mentee, you're going to be a mentor. And instead of asking the questions, you're going to be answering them and sharing your experiences of how being a mentee has helped your transition into pharmacy school. I'm sure that we've all learned a lot throughout all of our sessions, but like Trey said, my favorite part was when we would break up into our individual rooms and talk mentee to mentor and all of that. And it's been so nice seeing your guys' progression. You guys were so nervous and you weren't really sure what to ask or what you were going to be learning. But now, like our last session, the mentees were so like open and they wanted to know more and would ask so many questions and were just so willing to learn. And that's just something that's so important with pharmacy. Like Dean Hall was saying, it's ever changing and there's always room for growth and expanding. So if you're asking questions now, it's really good because you're going to be asking a lot throughout your schooling. And something that you're going to be hearing a lot, especially your first year, is that pharmacy is such a small world. I'm just going to get that out of the way now because you're going to be hearing it a lot. You're going to be forming so many connections with so many people. And by reaching out and joining SMMP now, you're already making those connections. You already met the dean. That's the first step already, and you already did it. And so you're already one step ahead. And so I think that this is just a really good way to get involved and to learn more about the field. I really wanted to keep it short because I knew that everybody was going to be saying really nice things, but I'm really proud of all of us, and I'm hoping that I can do more next year, and I'm hoping to see all of your faces as well.
Thank you, Kailani. So now I just wanted to go through and recognize all of our mentors. Like everyone has said, that we could not do this program without you all. You all are such an integral part to keeping this running and running smoothly. So thank you so much. So first mentor we have is Nicholas Arizamana. Next we have Trey Bost, Diane Delacruz, Andrea Edwards, Haley Grant, Dorothea Hoffler, Kailani Jackson, Amari Marshall, Ivana McLam, Maggie Pollier, and Kaylee Simon. Thank you all so much. Seriously, you all are awesome. I did something kind of new this year. I asked all of our mentors and mentees to kind of nominate someone that they thought really, all of our mentors were great. You all have really helped this year. But just someone who kind of stuck out to them, whether it was they were always talking, answering questions, just being super helpful and engaged in all of our meetings. So this was chosen by all of the mentors and mentees, and our mentor of the year is Trey Bost. So I have already kind of shared just how much I appreciate Trey, but I really, like we said, this is kind of our first year of doing it on our own. And when we first met with Trey, it was Trey and I at the beginning of the year, and I had just started this role, and I was like, Trey, how are we going to do this? I don't know what's going on. And Trey he really took the lead. He really jumped in and he was like, no, we can do this. It needs to have more pharmacy focus, and we're going to have engaging activities and awesome speakers. So I cannot thank Trey enough. You are truly incredible. So congratulations, Trey. You definitely deserve it.
Well, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you guys nominating me for this. It makes me I'm pretty happy about it. Thank you.
Trey, I have a little, it's a plaque kind of, or it's like were you at the student ambassador thing? It's it's like a clear plaque thing for you, just recognizing you for mentor of the year. So I'll definitely get that to you as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course. All right, so now we're going to go through and run through the mentees this year. I've asked Trey if he will just run through. I do have, so you'll see your name pop up with a certificate. I do have certificates that I'm going to mail out to you all, as well as just some other goodies, just because, like we said, this was a long year, a long program, and you all stuck through it, and I'm so proud of you. So you deserve to have a little goodie and have a little certificate that you can have. So I will be sending those to the addresses that I sent kind of the welcome packages to. So if your address has changed, or you want to send it to somewhere else, just send me an email and I can update that for you. All right.
All right, so the first name we have here is Kayla Bamberg. Next up, we have Hannah Bruce. Then we have Jada Fickling. Then we have Saporia Frazier. Then we have Sandra Garcia. Then we have Jeremy Gibson. Then we have Janae Holmes Murphy. Then we have Tamara Jones. We have LaVare Marshall. Yeah, Gabrielle McKnight. We have Corin Murray. Jakayla Reed. We have Jayla Reed. Peyton Ruth. Danielle Skaggs. Ella Marie Sharkey. Aisha Sadiq. Aaliyah Tucker. And Tamia Wilson. Thank you everybody for your participation this year.
Yes, thank you. I tried to have some clapping so it would feel a little bit more in person. Didn't really work out, but like I said, you all are so awesome. This is a huge, huge accomplishment that you all have done. You are deserve to be celebrated. So I hope you feel celebrated today. Thank you so much. As everyone has said, connections are so important. So I just urge you, stay in contact with your mentors throughout the year. You can ask them questions. I believe you all have group meetings or some form of communication set up at this point. So definitely stay connected, stay talking. Mentors, I urge you, stay connected to your mentees. I know some of you are going to continue on this journey to pharmacy. Some of you may find other pathways. I just wish you nothing but success in whatever you choose to do. I know we have a few of you joining us in the fall to start here at MUSC. So that's super exciting. We can't wait to see you in our hallways in person. I know some of you have been applying to our early assurance program. So we're excited to see you as well later down the road. But if you ever have any questions at all, you have my email. I also have it down there at the bottom just in case you need it again. But please feel free to reach out. I want to stay connected. If you have some good news that you want to share with me, or you land an awesome pharmacy job, I want to hear those things. So let's stay in contact. Let's stay in touch. But thank you all so much. Thank you for participating in this. Thank you for coming today one last time. And definitely, like I said, if you need to update your address, just shoot me an email and I'll get that updated for you. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to share before we sign off today?
Again, I just wanted to thank everybody for all the hard work, mentors, mentees. As been said multiple times this morning, thank you for, giving up your most precious commodity. That's your time, especially on a Saturday morning. You've been in classes during the week, and then to spend part of your Saturday with us. We certainly appreciate it. But again, as Madison said, please stay in touch. If we can ever be of service to you, please do not hesitate to reach out to us.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I forgot to mention, I know a few of you or most of you said you want to participate in the future SMMP programs. So I will also be sending those emails out probably in August. So not too long from now. I will definitely reach out to all of you. I do hope that you all participate again in the future. But yeah, thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of y'all's Saturday and finish out the school year strong.
Yeah. Thank you.